Hey everybody,
Hello,
I'm Lenny,
and I'm Stephanie, and welcome to our channel,
the
The
future
Future
retirees.
Retirees. We have a name now.
Woo-hoo. Listen, we're grateful for you being here, and the time of this recording is Sunday evening. It's been a busy day. Uh, Seen a lot of things happening in the sports world, some good, some bad, depending on who your team is. But thank you for being here with us.
Yes.
Purpose of this channel is just to continue to encourage people on their retirement and their future journey as we continue to share our story and kind of show you what we're doing, how things are going, and just have a safe space for our community of fellow like-minded people. If that's something that interests you and you'd like to join the journey, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. And we thank you for it. We're going to get right into our topic today. 4 areas of your life or in your life that you can probably focus on in your saving journey. As you remember with our last video, we kind of brushed on the topic of emergency funds and how important they are. And we wanted to really just kind of give some practical ways that you could look at your everyday life and possibly look at 4 categories to see what ways you can find ways to save, divert money so that you can continue on your emergency fund journey. Now, full transparency, particularly for those who are trying to fast track our retirement, we know that savings alone is not going to do it. Right. It's going to be investing, some other avenues that this channel will definitely talk about in the future. Mm-hmm. But we want to sit on one of the first foundations, which is saving.
Yes.
Having the emergency fund for that rainy day, which we just got out of not too long ago if you're a government employee, right? Yes. So let's go ahead and get into it, babe.
Okay.
So the first area that I think that we want to talk about is area number 1, which is reducing monthly bills. And this is one of the areas where you will have the fastest impact. And when we talk about reducing monthly bills, we're talking about those recurring costs that once we lower them, you can see that saving month after month.
Right.
When we think about that, there's a couple of things that we would like to, share with you. Some of these we've done personally. Others are just good practices if it fits your lifestyle. So, for example, one way that you can reduce monthly bills is to cancel unused subscriptions.
Yes.
I think we can be real and transparent and say that we've had a lot of apps like streaming services, things to that nature, where we maybe have watched one show for 6 months and never even turned it on. Our kids may have been interested in something at the time. And, at one point, streaming, it was just like $2, $3. It wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
But these services now are ranging $10, $11 or more. And if you have 3 or 4 that you're not regularly using, excuse me, it can start to add up real quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had went and asked the kids if they were still watching certain shows from certain streaming networks, and if they were not, then I would cancel that subscription and just keep the ones that they're that we're all using normally, regularly.
Yeah, that's true. And a lot of times with these streaming services, they have a lot of overlap anyway. So some of the things that you can get on one, you can find on another one or free somewhere else.
Right.
So, and that just doesn't go for streaming services, but apps on your phone, things you think you may have monthly subscriptions that you may have for products that you don't use. Take a look, take an inventory at it. You may find that you have a lot of money, little money that can build up to something that's pretty significant. Yes. So that's one area when we talk about reducing monthly bills. Another thing is think about something as simple as adjusting your thermostat. It's getting where we are pretty cold, feeling like winter, but you would be surprised how adjusting your thermostat just maybe 2 degrees, 2 to 3 degrees difference can save a lot on your energy bill over the course of a year. Yep. So if your body can handle it, play with it a little bit, and you may be surprised at the outcome that you see there. The third thing under that is what is it? Switching to a cheaper phone plan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's a mixed bag for me. We've been with our provider for a little bit of time, but there are a lot of providers that are out there that offer good service, that are dependable, that will actually reduce the cost of your everyday or your monthly phone bill. So shop around. That's the main thing. Shop around not only on your phone bill, but shop around on your car and your home insurance as well. These folks ain't loyal, so you don't necessarily have to be either. We're with a car company for our insurance company for our auto insurance for years, and found another company that offered something comparable and actually ended up being much cheaper for us. And so, hey, we had to make that switch, and we were able to take that difference and apply that monthly to building up our emergency fund.
Yes.
So that's just a couple of areas when we talk about reducing monthly bills that you can actually look into. I'm sure there's more, but that's where we want to start for right now. What about number 2, hon?
So number 2 is smarter grocery spending. The first one is like plan your meals weekly. You can at least do 3 to 4 meals a week. We like to throughout the week. Number 1, when we plan, literally we write out like what we're doing for Sunday all the way through the week through Friday, and that helps us with grocery shopping as well, which I'm going to get to next. But when you plan out the meals, you actually, planning out, number 1, it helps you save money because you already have a plan, so you don't have to, like, say if you get home late, you don't have to eat out or pick up fast food because you already have a plan. So whether you already laid out the meat before you left to let it defrost or something like that, or you already pre-cooked it, or you already just know what you're cooking when you get home. If you work full time, getting home around 5 or 6, that's kind of the time. But once you have a plan, you're already straight because you don't have to worry about, I got to eat out or pick something up because I don't have a plan. So that's the one thing. And then another thing, it helps you stay organized throughout the week because the week goes by so fast, especially if you have kids like us that's involved in sports, things like that. Just having a plan that helps with time management as well. The second thing is to shop with a list. When you have a grocery list, I know it helps me stay more organized. What about you?
It definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Because when you have a grocery list, sometimes when we go to a grocery store, we may be hungry, right? So if you have the list, it helps you to not just pick up random things like, this is good, because you're hungry, you start picking up more. You just kind of stick with your list of what you need. So shop with a list. Another one is cook at home more often, which is kind of basically what I was saying with the plan. Once you stick with the plan, you cook at home more often, and that will eliminate fast food.
Yeah, and actually, depending on how often you you eat out, you would actually be surprised at how much you can potentially save.
Yes.
By just replacing one takeout per week, you have the potential, depending on your family size, to save over $1,000 per year. I know that for us, if we go out even just to fast food, Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, whatever it is, it's guaranteed $50, $60 more, right then and there for one outing.
Yeah.
So if you're doing that 2-3 times a week, if you can divert that, reduce it to once a week or however it fits into your lifestyle, that's the potential to make some major savings towards squirreling that away towards your emergency fund as well.
Yes, totally agree. Like we said earlier, we have 4 sons, and they can eat. They can eat. So we make, we shop in bulk, the Sam's or the Costco trips, to make sure that we have enough to last through the week, and it helps us save a lot of money. And the last one is consider using loyalty cards for stores that you shop at frequently. So if you have a loyalty card, that can help you save or buy one, get one, or different points that you may get and rewards and things like that. So a loyalty card helps as well. So what's number 3?
Number 3, whenever possible, we want to optimize your debt and your banking system. What do we mean by that? So here's a couple of helpful hints. You can use automatic saving transfers so that you save before you spend. So in our case, in our bank account, we have like a roundup or whatever it is. And so every time that we swipe our card or use our debit card, it rounds up to the nearest dollar and it goes automatically into our saving account, right? And so we'll build that up. We'll keep it up to a certain amount and then we'll move it to our high yield savings account or whatever else the case may be. So that's a good way to just be in the habit of setting it up. And it's not anything that you have to manually do. And it's automatically giving you small increments of saving that can end up to big savings over the long term.
Right.
Another thing is track what you spend. We suggest that you track what you spend for 1 month. And you will be absolutely surprised, going back to what you were saying about shopping and groceries and all these other things, you'll be surprised at some of the things that we are spending, what's the word, frivolously?
Yes.
Is that the word?
Yeah, that's it.
That you'll be surprised at some of the things that you're spending that you don't know that you're doing, and 2, some things that are coming out, going back to point 1, that you forgot about or didn't even know were happening. And so you can track that, possibly cancel some things, and again, move that money that was going out to your dedicated savings account for your emergency fund.
Yeah, I was going to say that's so true. I found, just by looking, like a automatic renewal on there for something that we didn't even know that we had signed up for. And I was like, did you know? Like, do you want to still keep this? And basically, I was able to call because I caught it and just get it canceled, and they went ahead and did the refund. So you will catch things that's coming out on your account, like some subscriptions and automatic renewals that you didn't even know you had. So, and that helps save some money as well.
Yeah. But going back to that as well, another thing is pay off high interest debt.
Yes.
Now, that's something that we're going to be talking about in a future episode.
Yeah.
Just how to tackle some of your high interest debt. There are a couple of different methods that are out there. We've used kind of a combination of 1 or 2.
Yes.
So put a pin on that one. And that's something that we'll definitely be talking about in the future. But that's, as you're going into your savings journey, that's something you definitely want to focus on, is those high interest credit cards, 18, 19, 20, 21, 28%.
Yes.
That's a no-go.
Right.
We got to get rid of those.
Yeah. I was going to say real quick with that, and I know we'll talk more about that later, but when it comes down to, some people say, should I save first or should I tackle debt first? We're doing both. So that's why we're going to be talking about both.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Good point, babe.
Yeah.
And lastly, when we talk about optimizing debt and banking, we recommend give yourself a small fund money budget. That's kind of like a psychological thing. So when you're in this investing, retirement, saving mindset and vibe, sometimes you can get consumed with penny pinching and trying to make sure that you meet your goal, whatever that goal is, so that you kind of deprive yourself of having little times of fun, right? And we think that it's good. Set up a little small budget. Hey, $25, $30, whatever makes sense for you, that, hey, this is my fun money. It's not coming out of my regular bills, but this is something, if I want a cup of coffee from Starbucks, I'm going to go get it, right? If I want to eat this at this time, this is my allocated fun money for me to treat myself.
Right.
We think that's important so that you don't get burnt out and that you don't start to resent the process.
Yes. I think you called me out because look, I wake up at 4:30 in the morning for work, and around 1-2 o'clock, our sister starts struggling. So I do treat myself every now and then with my fun money to a cup of Starbucks. I have Starbucks in the building. I'll go get me my little white chocolate mocha. Love it. And that's my little treat. But it's not an everyday thing because that will add up. We'll talk about that next. But that is my fun money, and that's my treat to myself. And I deserve that.
Yes, you do.
Thank you.
But we'll talk about number 4.
Okay. So number 4 is everyday lifestyle tweaks. And the first one is make coffee at home. So I do love my coffee. So we're back on that. I do love my coffee. Like I said, I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. But instead of me stopping to get my coffee, I do make my coffee at home.
And that
saves a lot of money because my Starbucks, I get it with oat milk in it, and that goes up as an addition. So that is like almost $7 right there for 1 cup. And if you add that up times 5, that's $35 already for the week. But with your fun money, it's okay because you get like 1 cup here and there out the week or whatever. But making your coffee at home every day, it saves a lot of money. Yeah. And the next one is bring lunch to work. This one says bring lunch 2 to 3 days a week. I'll say bring lunch every day if you can. But it's okay if you have your fun money. Go ahead and treat yourself for lunch 1 day out the week. I think 1 day treat is not bad.
Yeah.
Coffee, or treat yourself to lunch, or maybe you may have enough fun money that week to do both coffee and lunch, however you want to do it. But most of the days, both of us try to bring our lunch because that adds up. Eating out every day for lunch adds up as well.
Yeah, that's a great point. And in fact, if you talk about bringing your lunch 2 to 3 times a week, depending on, again, running some rough estimates about where you eat at, that's a potential for you to save anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 easily. That can go towards your emergency fund.
Yeah.
So just something to think about.
Yeah, I like that point because I hear a lot. Some people say to me, well, Stephanie, it's easy for you to save because you're married. Yeah, I have 2 incomes. But yes, we do have 2 incomes, but we also have double expenses as well because we're married. Single people can save too. So I don't want y'all to think because we're a married couple, it's easy for us to save. If you're bringing your lunch as a single person 2 to 3 times a week, that's potential for you to save $1,000 to $1,500 as a single person as well. So the nuggets that we're sharing is not just for married couples. It benefits married couples, but it's something that single individuals can do as well.
Yeah, that's a good point, babe. This is for everybody.
Yes. The last point is wait 24 hours before non-essential purchases. And that is a good point because sometimes you kind of maybe looking online and see something and you're just like, oh, I want that. And it's so easy. They make things so easy now just to hit add to cart and just check out and buy it. But if you wait 24 hours, sometimes you may think about it like, do I really need it the next day? You may not really even need it when you out the moment.
Yeah.
Don't you think so?
Yeah, I was laughing because we're going to do a story time at some time in the future about how we made a pretty big, a pretty big purchase that this advice would have saved us a whole lot of money.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So that's a story for definitely another time.
Yes.
But yeah, this is great advice. And tidbit, particularly if you're ever in a situation where someone is presenting an opportunity to you and they make it sound like you have to act now. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. You only got today only. Maybe you want to wait that 24 hours.
Yeah.
And that's all I'll say.
And pray about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
So there you have it. Those are 4 areas of your life that you can start to look at as you begin the process of building your emergency fund, or your savings and your emergency fund. And again, these aren't necessarily hard things, life-shattering things, but they're just little small things that if you do the small things over time, consistently, they'll end up helping you in the long run in a big way.
Yes.
And I think that's our thing for sure is we're not giving you anything that's going to build your emergency fund to $100,000 in 2 days or anything to that nature. But this takes repetition, it takes consistency,
Yes.
it takes dedication. But it is something that you can achieve, setting your goal, cutting out some of these things, and then taking them and strategically and intentionally
Right.
moving them to your emergency fund to get to that whatever that goal is that you have.
Yes.
So that's all that we have for today. Just wanted to kind of share that with you. Hey, we welcome your feedback. What are some of the things that you're doing or that you have done or that you've heard to do that help reduce your expenses? We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Love to hear your perspective. And maybe there's something that we missed or that we can even incorporate.
Yes, please.
So we're always willing to share with our community.
Yeah, because we do it better when we do it together.
I say
That's
who?
right. Yes. Yes.
All right. Anyway, until the next time, peace, God bless, and we'll see you on the next one.
Be blessed.
Bye.
Bye, future retirees.